fascinating about vaccinations and all the hoopla that you get online is that you do what's best for your children based on your experience, how you were raised, knowledge that you've acquired, and many other things. But ultimately, you do what you believe is best. And I imagine it would, in my case it was, but I imagine it would always be the case that you do it also with the support of your partner, your spouse, whomever that might be. But what you believe is best, and then you make those choices collectively, and you accept responsibility for those choices. For someone to abuse you and call you out as a child abuser and things because you answered the question about whether or not you had your children vaccinated and you said yes. One, I still find it stupefying that that's the world we live in, that the choices that you make for your children are the business and responsibility of someone else, frankly. And two, that is how many people view it, instead of just, I chose not to get my children vaccinated, and that's absolutely fine. I wasn't vaccinated. The MMR was 1971 when it, originated, and then I think in 1979 measles was made a World Health Organization mandate for eradication. And I was born in 1975, and the circles my mum moved in as a single parent, it wasn't really, we didn't have the communication aspects that we do now, obviously, in the 70s. So I wasn't vaccinated. I caught everything under the sun that you could get as a child, and my mum grew up saying, well, you'll have a stronger, healthier immunity. And of course there's truth in that, of course there is. I've still been ill in my life. Just because I had these things built in immunity doesn't mean I haven't been poorly with other things, and doesn't mean I wouldn't be poorly with other things because I have a healthy, relatively strong immunity. But just because I wasn't vaccinated, when it came to my children, having been a nurse and seen the effects that meningitis and measles and chickenpox can have on children and adults as well. Chickenpox inside your lungs as an adult because you were never vaccinated and never had it as a child, but you catch it as an adult. It's horrific. Chickenpox inside your lungs. You take all of that information and work in an infection control, to make an informed choice and, evidence-based, based on the research that you've read around. And you make those choices because it's like, I don't want my child to be at risk of getting meningitis, so I would rather have them vaccinated. I don't want my child to be at risk of getting measles, mumps and rubella, because I've seen what can happen. I'd rather have them vaccinated. Yes, they will have a stronger immunity if they get it, but I don't know if I'm prepared to take the risk of the side effects if, they're really poorly, like I have seen people and children. And when you get these childhood illnesses as adults, it can be quite, devastating, never mind as a child. So you do what's best for your children when it comes to vaccines. And that's the world we should live in. We do we do what we think is best for ourselves, for our family, and we don't judge other people who make a different choice. That's absolutely fine. Since when was making a choice anyone else's business but our own?